Hi, Gemini and Gemini Rising. Here's your horoscope for July 2024. I'm astrologer Joseph Anthony. All right, the year is just flying by. Here we are in July. And as we begin the month, we still have Jupiter in your sign and will stay here until June of 2025. So Jupiter in your first house is going to be making you guys change, feel different, wanting to explore. You know, there's a whole identity change that's happening for many of you folks. So if you're a Gemini sun or a Gemini rising, this is a general sun sign Western astrology reading. It's a tropical. And it's a very general sun sign reading because I don't have everybody's birthday. Everyone's birth chart and birthday is different. So this is a very general reading. So as we look at the chart, this time of the year, we usually have the sun going through Cancer, and it's being joined by Venus and Mercury, your ruler, in the second house of income and value. So many of you are really thinking about your resources, your investments, your job, your company, whatever you guys have is really front and center this month. Now, the good news is the second half of the month, when planets start going into Leo, you're in a very creative phase. And so whatever you're going through right now financially or trying to figure things out, it should start getting resolved the second half of July for many of you, okay, because of the Leo energy. And so we start this month off with Mars in Taurus. It will be conjuncting Uranus, so look for some surprises around the middle of the month. But Mars will be leaving Taurus and going into your sign this month as well. So that's going to help you out with motivation and drive and determination. So you'll have Mars and Jupiter in the first house, which is going to be, quite the motivation. You know, the dynamic duo of those two signs, those two planets in your first house. Okay, so we start off the month with Neptune going retrograde right here. Here it is in stationary position before it goes backwards. Now you notice it's very close to Aries. 55 minutes past the hour at 29 degrees of Pisces. So it's going to go retrograde and it's going to stay in this 10th house. And so this is why I say for many of you, you're questioning your careers, where you belong and what's happening to your company or your job and, all of that stuff. Because now we're going to have two planets in retrograde in your 10th house of career and status. So Saturn is sitting there in Pisces retrograde. Now Neptune will go retrograde. So retrograde just means going within or going back to something you've done before. So over the course of the next couple of months, now Neptune will be retrograde, I believe, for 5 months. And so we will see many of you question your current occupation or business or job, which is totally normal because one of the reasons is because Jupiter and Mars in the first house are going to motivate many of you. And, you're one of the signs that gets easily bored and wants to go do something else. And that's why I'm suggesting it as well. So we'll have to see how it plays itself out. But Neptune going through this part of your chart, maybe you're meant to go back to something you've done before. Or if you're not happy with what you're doing right now, you need to transform it in some way or sell it off or finding a new job, whatever your own situation is. The good thing is Geminis are pretty smart and they know how to figure things out very quickly. What else do we have? We have Mercury entering Leo. Now this is when you really start figuring things out because Mercury is your ruler. And in Leo, it works very well. And so you're in a very creative phase now. And you're communicating with as many people as possible. You're thinking about all the possibilities. And I would suggest absolutely investigate them all because this is really going to be very helpful. And the third house also represents short travel. So maybe you're feeling a little restless and bored and wanting to travel a little bit, which, nothing wrong with that. Jupiter's in your first house and Mercury, your ruler, wants to go and have fun, especially in Leo. And so your mind is very sharp at this time and you're moving forward with all kinds of ideas and a need for communication. So enjoy it while it's in that third house. Now, this month's new moon is going to be in Cancer on the 5th, right here. It's going to be at 14 degrees of Cancer. So wherever that is in your actual birth chart, that's the area that gets lit up. And so with this new moon, it's in the second house of income and value. So once again, it's suggesting something to do with a new source of income, or it has to do with your investments, or it has to do with possibly real estate matters or buying something or contracts. The other possibility is, remodeling and decorating and spending money on, giving your place a facelift, whether it's your residence or your business. It doesn't matter. Cancer rules the foundation, the home, the real estate, all of that stuff falls under that umbrella. So this new moon is kind of exciting you in a sense, and you're feeling a bit motivated. And this is, again, why I'm suggesting there's new opportunities here. Venus is closely aligned, and there's an alignment to Mars. So you're definitely feeling the itch to change in some way. And so look for new opportunities coming your way in the next 2 weeks after this new moon. So that's how long the new moons last. So look for the opportunities, go and investigate it, and see what comes about it. Now, on the 11th and 12th, Venus goes into Leo as well. So Venus is all about partnerships. It also represents money. And it's in Leo. Leo's creativity. Leo's love. Leo's about having fun. So with Venus going through this third house, there's absolutely a need to converse and express yourself in some way, especially when it's in Leo. So Mercury and Venus are both in Leo in this third house. So the need to talk, a need to do creative projects, a need to laugh, a need to be playful. This is all going to go through the roof. And so for many of you, that's fine, because Gemini energy is very playful. And so it works very well with the Leo energy in this third house. And so just finding people to converse with or talk to about anything is going to be very important now with Venus going through Leo. Okay, so of course it also touches upon relationships, personal relationships as well. But as you notice, when Venus enters this sign on the 11th and 12th, it immediately smacks into Pluto here. So this could be some sort of transformation to a relationship as well for a few days as soon as it enters. But no biggie, you guys are very flexible and adaptable. You'll figure it out. Now, Mars enters Gemini on the 21st. Now everything starts to really unfold for you guys, because Mars is now in your sign in the first house of identity and self. And by the way, this is the house of motivation as well. So you've got a lot more motivation now, a lot more to think about, especially in your sign of Gemini, and especially with Jupiter there. So Mars and Jupiter in the first house is motivating you. And so you're thinking about every possibility. What can I do that, how can I do this? So what do I need to do next? So your mind will absolutely be on overload. So you need to be careful not to overdo it because you've got so much energy in this first house. And so it's going to be really important. The other thing is again, when Mars enters the sign, it automatically makes a connection to Pluto as well. See, 0 degrees, 0 degrees. And this is a favorable alignment. This is not like the opposition with Venus. This is a favorable alignment. So once again, you're thinking about the future and thinking about what you want to do and, what you want to let go of. And I mean, it's all about the future this month that you'll be thinking a lot about. Okay, because of the alignments to Pluto, because of the energy in the 10th house, because of the Jupiter in the first house, and all this creative energy coming in to stimulate your mind. So, find something that you enjoy, maybe one or two things, and move along with it. Now, at the same time, I think it's a few hours later, the full moon gets activated, and there it is right there. It's going to be at 29 degrees of Capricorn. Very close to Aquarius, and as a matter of fact, it's conjunct Pluto right there. It's only 2 degrees off, and so the sun will be opposing the moon, so this is going to be this push and pull once again about your money, values, investments, direction, where you want to go, your business, all of that stuff. Now, it's making several favorable alignments here. So it definitely indicates some sort of change, because when we look at Uranus at 26, it's absolutely making a sextile here and a trine there. It's also making an alignment to Neptune here. So something is going to change for you guys in regards to your business, your job, a relationship. Those three seem to be the top priorities here this month with this astrology that I'm seeing. Okay, again, it's very general, but it still will pertain to your current situation when you think about it long and hard, especially around this time. Full moons are bringing things to light. And so there's a major transition going on around this time, and it involves the sun right after that full moon. And so we have the sun entering Leo. right there next day. And so the sun in the third house now, 3 planets in the third house of communication. This amps everything up even more. So over the next 30 days or so, the sun is going to continue to highlight, I need something new. I need to travel. I need to go try something different. I really got to break out of what I've been doing. And that is going to be very strong for many of you. Okay? So having fun, being playful, being creative, and doing things out of the ordinary will absolutely be the theme here when the sun, Venus, and Mercury are all going through your third house. Okay? So communication should be really strong now. And last but not least, your ruler Mercury will leave Leo and go into Virgo on the 25th and 26th. And so now it's in the 4th house, which has a lot to do with the home, feeling, and foundation. But Mercury in Virgo is very analytical and sometimes can be a bit pessimistic. So now you're really questioning, am I happy with this home? Am I happy with this paint color in my house? Am I happy with this? You'll be questioning all of that because that's what Mercury does in Virgo. It analyzes the small details, so it tries to perfect things. Okay? So not a big deal. I know you can handle it. Okay, but you still have a lot of creativity going into the end of July, so there's no reason that you can't do a little bit of everything, which you're used to doing. Anyway, there you have it, Gemini. All right, do the best you can. Stay tuned for a quick message that I've got for you, and have a great month. Talk to you soon. Hi, thank you so much for watching my monthly astrology. I really appreciate your support over the years. Have you ever considered learning astrology? Well, you're in luck because I've created a full online astrology course in my private community. It's a full 6-module course that takes you from the beginning of astrology, what it all means, the mythologies, the houses, all the way to the more advanced techniques such as progressions, solar returns, how to read transits, how to make predictions. It's all there in this course here. And I even dive into some of the mysterious stuff, what some of the symbolism is all about. So I think you might want to check it out if you're interested. Along with the course, we have a very tight-knit community here where everyone helps each other out. And so if someone knows a lot about astrology, they help other people with astrology. So it's a community that really gets involved and, really wants to learn and help each other out. But as you can see here, I have a whole lot more on this private community. I also have the Inner Circle live calls each week. Now, this is something that I do twice a month on YouTube, but here I do them on a weekly basis. And I talk about various topics. You get to ask me questions, we interact, and we learn a whole lot more than just astrology. So this could be anything from astrology to what's going on in the world, predictions, politics, whatever it is. We talk about it in the Inner Circle calls. Of course, I do have videos here that I do not have on YouTube, so you get those too. And then I've got a private resource vault, which has videos that I suggest watching, books suggested reading, meditations, and more. So if you're interested in learning astrology or want to be part of a great community that's really growing fast, head on over to the link down below and click on the link and join today. All right? Thank you so much, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Bye for now.